Sure, here's the content you provided, rewritten into well-organized paragraphs for clarity and easier reading. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel where you learn real English through real-life stories. Today you're about to listen to one of the most emotional, powerful, and unforgettable biographies ever told. This is not just a story, it's a journey. A journey of pain, love, heartbreak, loss, fame, kindness, and silent strength. This is the story of Keanu Reeves. You know him from The Matrix, John Wick, Speed, and many more. But what you don't know is that he was very close to death. He lived a life full of pain, sacrifices, and silent tears. He didn't just act in movies. He lived through storms. Lost his father, his daughter, his girlfriend, his best friend, and almost lost himself. But still, he stood up every time, quietly, humbly, and strongly. Keanu trained day and night to become Neo in The Matrix. He gave up millions of dollars to support others. He still rides the subway like a regular person. He helps homeless people without cameras or attention. He still lives like a simple man with a golden heart. And that's why this story is not just entertainment, it's also a powerful English listening lesson. You will learn how to understand English, feel real emotions, and improve your vocabulary while listening to the most inspiring life story ever. But before we begin, please subscribe to our channel to support us and enjoy more stories like this one. Now put on your earphones, sit back, and feel every single moment of this journey. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2nd, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His mother, Patricia Taylor, was an English costume designer, creative, smart, and independent. His father, Samuel Nowlin Reeves Jr., was from Hawaii with a mix of Chinese, Hawaiian, and English heritage. He worked as a geologist, but struggled with drugs and eventually left the family. When Keanu was just 3 years old, his father walked away. By the time Keanu was 6, his father had completely disappeared from their lives. Keanu never saw him again. His mother raised him and his younger sister, Kim Reeves, on her own. The family moved from Beirut to Australia, then to New York, and finally to Toronto, Canada. Growing up, Keanu was extremely close to his sister Kim. Later in life, when Kim was diagnosed with cancer, Keanu stood by her side like a real-life superhero. His mother remarried 4 times, and Keanu had to live with different stepfathers. Some were kind, others not. He changed schools often and felt like an outsider. Keanu was different, struggled with dyslexia, a learning disorder that made reading and focusing difficult. He once said, "I was never good at school. I didn't fit in. I struggled to read." He attended 4 different high schools in 5 years, but he wasn't lazy. He was smart in his own way. He had a deep imagination and was curious about everything. Keanu loved chess, played with adults in the park, and often won. He once said, "I love chess. It's a war on a board. The strategy, the patience, the pain. It's like life." It became his escape. He also had a passion for ice hockey and played as a goalkeeper. His teammates called him the Wall because no one could score against him. He dreamed of becoming a professional player, maybe even going to the Olympics. But an injury ended that dream. When one dream ends, another begins. Keanu took a drama class in school, and the moment he performed on stage, something clicked. He felt free, able to express what was in his heart. That's when he thought, maybe I could become an actor. At 17, he dropped out of school and began pursuing acting. He took small roles in Canadian TV shows, theater, and commercials. He worked part-time jobs to survive. As a cook, a manager, even a pasta chef. He had no support, no connections, but he had unbreakable will. At 20, Keanu drove his old Volvo from Canada to Los Angeles to chase his dream. He had no big plan or agent, just a dream and a little money. At first, agents didn't like his name and told him to change it. He briefly tried Casey Reeves, but didn't feel right. He decided to stay true to himself. "My name is Keanu Reeves. I'll make it work." His first film role came in One Step Away, followed by River's Edge, which earned praise for his emotional performance. In 1989, Keanu starred in the comedy Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which became a surprise hit and made him a teen star. But Keanu didn't want to be known only for silly roles. He turned down big money and offers because he wanted meaningful work. He once said, "I'd rather ride the subway and read Shakespeare than act in a bad film." In 1991, he starred in My Own Private Idaho with his best friend River Phoenix. It was a deep, emotional film. Tragically, River died in 1993 from a drug overdose. Keanu was devastated. He never talked much about it publicly, but it changed him deeply. Keanu lived simply, loved motorcycles and reading philosophy. Books like Thus spoke Zarathustra and the Brothers Karamazov. He avoided parties, often sitting in cafes with black coffee and a book. He fed stray dogs, walked in parks, and gave away what he didn't need. "Money doesn't mean anything to me," he said. In 1994, Speed made him an action star. But he turned down Speed 2, even though they offered millions, because the story didn't feel right. In the late 1990s, Keanu received a script for The Matrix. Though he didn't fully understand it at first, he felt its power. He trained for months, even through a spine injury that left him with numb legs. He didn't tell the directors because he didn't want to delay the film. When The Matrix released, it changed cinema forever. Keanu was seen as a superhero, but behind the scenes he was in pain, physically and emotionally. In 1998, Keanu met Jennifer Syme, a kind, soft-spoken assistant. They fell in love. In 1999, Jennifer became pregnant. Keanu was thrilled. He decorated a baby room and read parenting books. But tragedy struck. Their daughter Ava was stillborn. It shattered them. A few weeks later, they ended their relationship but still cared deeply for each other. In April 2001, Jennifer died in a car crash at age 28. Keanu was devastated. He went silent, canceled interviews, and visited her grave quietly. "Grief never ends," he said. "It just changes form." Despite all the heartbreak, Keanu kept working. He filmed The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions, using his real pain to fuel his performance. He refused to use body doubles. He trained hard, through injury and sorrow. He even gave away $75 million of his salary to the special effects and costume teams. "They're the real heroes," he said. While most actors chase fame and money, Keanu gave it all away, quietly, humbly, and with a heart full of love.